Yeah, good morning, everyone. Fine. Visible? So, in last class, 10 a.m., in the last class, we were seeing integer data type, right? In integer data type, we have seen base conversion, okay? In this base conversion, this here, um, binary, right? Binary to decimal, everyone got the idea? Okay. Does anyone is facing any kind of issue like this is maths or anything you can't be able to understand? You can raise the hand or you can ask me directly. If you have any kind of doubt, you can ask me. Yeah. Anand Lakshmi, Stephen, Prasanna, Sai Pavan, Monica, Vasu, Pavan. Binary, decimal to binary, binary to decimal. Do you have any question? I'll take it as no. Fine. Next is octal to decimal. Octal to decimal means decimal to octal. Okay, decimal to octal. See, I have made a mistake here. See, this is octal. You guys should have informed me, right? This is something. This is what decimal to octal because first value what we are taking in binary also. This is decimal. Decimal. Are you getting my point? Decimal to binary we are converting. Okay, this 23 first value what it is, a is equals to 23. 23 is what? Decimal value. Any integer value is what? A decimal value, right? So this 23 is what? Decimal value, right? So this is what? A decimal value. Okay, so I'll write it like this. Can you able to understand this? Fine it is. Okay, next is here also. Here also I will make, okay, decimal to octal. Okay, decimal to this is octal. Okay, I will write it as, you guys should have tell me yesterday only, octal. You guys were not getting even single doubt here, huh? Okay, into octal number system. Okay, here also I will go for octal to decimal. Okay, octal to decimal. This you remove and this you remove. So I will keep here. Here what it is? Octal. Okay, here it is octal. Fine. And here I will give decimal. Decimal. Okay, decimal. Will you able to understand this? Will you able to understand this? Okay, I will share this notes, so please go through this. And here also I will go for, here also I will go for, this is what the base is, what? 10. Here 8, right? Here 8 and 10. Okay, vice versa. So I'll go for here base is 10. Okay, base is 10, and for this base is 8. 8. Okay, for this base is what? 8, and this 10. Okay, fine, fine. Rest is what? Here also I should make changes. Should I go one more time? Should I go one more time so you'll get an idea? Okay, so I'll do one thing. I will make one more. Okay, don't save. I will make one more. Okay, fine. So you go to paint. Hmm. Okay, same example I'm gonna take. Okay, same example I'm gonna take. Hmm. Fine. Now here, tell me, decimal, decimal, decimal to octal conversion, conversion. Okay, if you guys are facing any kind of issue with this topic, you can tell me. Okay, you can tell me. I will explain you in more deep. If you are from non CS background or not non mathematical background, you can tell me. I will explain you in deep about this. I hope everyone is aware of this conversion number. Okay, decimal to octal number system conversion. Okay, similar, copy, paste it here. Okay, fine. Now visible, na? Oh, hmm. Here it is, octal to decimal. Now, let's suppose my values are what? Same value or different? Same value. Okay, I'll go for same value. Okay. So what was that? 23. Okay. So I'll go for 23. 23. 23 of, and what we are going to convert? 23 into x. Okay. Here x, find x. Find x. Tell me, base is what? Here 10. Here base is what? 8. Okay. So simple, what we have to do? Go for it. Go for it. Here 23. This. Fine it is. Here what I have to take? 8. Right? Because base is what? 8. Here what value I have to take? 23. Okay. If you are not getting, please let me know. Guys, again I am telling you. Okay, fine. 23. 8, 23. Tell me what should be the answer? 8, 2, 16. 7. Okay. How many? How much? Total? 2 and 7. What value it is? This 2 and 7 is what? Octal, right? This 2 and 7 is an octal value, right? So I should write 23, 23, which is decimal number system. We have converted into what? So this 7 is what? Reminder. 7 is what? Reminder. So 8 to the 16. 8 to the 16. 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. How many? What is the number? Reminder? 7. Okay, 7. So we are going to take this uh, value as what? Here, from bottom to top. Bottom to top means 2, 7. 2 and 7. That's why this is what? If I go for this, the value for this is what? 2 and 7. Okay, we should not say 27. Just give me a moment, because these are bits, individual bits. 2 is individual bits, 7 is individual bit. Okay. Hmm. This is some. And here base is what? 10. And the base for this is what? 8 it is. Okay, so we have got the value 23, which is the decimal value, and 27 is what? Octal value, right? So with the help of this, further we cannot proceed. We can't proceed, right? 8, can we divide 8 by 2? 8 with 2? No, we can't do a further operation, right? So that's why 2 and 7 are 2 bits. 2 and 7 are 2 bits of what value, of what number system? Octal number system. So we can call it as 27 of octal number system. 27 of octal number system. Similarly, for this, what we have to do? Okay, what value we are getting? 2, 7. 2, 7 is what value? Octal value, right? This 2, 7 is octal value. Now we are going to convert this octal value into what? Into decimal value, right? Into decimal value. So tell me the base. Here it is 8. Next here it is 10. Okay. Fine. Tell me. Now tell me. 2. Okay. 2. I will go for 2. Next is what? 7. Okay. Next is 7. 2 and 7. Now equals to 2 power of 2 multiply with 8 power of, tell me. Okay. Okay. 2 power of 2 multiply with 8 power of what? 1. It will take 8 power of 1. So can I write it like this? 1. Okay. Next is plus plus 2 sorry, not 7 multiply with 7 multiply with 8 power of 0. Okay, so I'll go for 0. Okay. Next, if you calculate this 2, now 2 multiply with 8 power of 1, 8. 2 8s are 16, plus plus next 7, 8 power of 0, 1. 7 multiply with 8, 1, 7. Okay, so if I calculate this, it is what? 16 plus 7, 23. 23. We are getting the same value what we have here, 23, 23, right? So can I say 23, 23, sorry, it's 23. Just give me a moment. Where it go? What is happening? Huh? Again, I have to make it. I have to make it. Fine. Okay. Tell me. 23. Okay. Sorry, 27 it is, right? 27. 27 of, quickly I'll do, huh? Of x. Here we have to find the x. Okay. Next, here only I'll take 22, 7. 2 and 7. Okay. 2 and 7. Here 2 and 7 means 2 multiply with 2 multiply with 8 power of 8 power of 1. Okay. 8 power of 1. Hmm. plus plus 7 multiply with 8 power of 0. Okay. Next is what? 16 plus 7. Okay, which is 23. So I can say 27, which is our base is what? 8. We have converted this 27 into what? 23, which is 10. Okay, fine. Fine it is. Now let's save it quickly. Otherwise it will. So I'll copy this only. Copy this. Save it. Yes. Okay. Let's see some example. 23. 23 is what? 23. It is decimal value, right? A is equals to 23. A is equals to 23. If I convert oct of A, what we are converting? Octal number of 23. Octal number of 23. What it is? 27. Okay. If I write A is equals to 0 O 27, 0 O 27. Now print A, what it is giving? Vice versa, 23, right? Okay, fine. This is. Next is, we have completed this one. We have completed this one. Next is integer. We have completed integer data type. What is integer data type? Quickly go for it. Okay. Okay, fine. Okay, come again. Go for it. Int is one of the predefined class treated as fundamental data type. The purpose of this is what? To store the value of integral, whole number, or natural number, which is without decimal. In where? In main memory. Got it? All the variables in Python is considered as what? Object. Behind those object, what we have? Class. Okay. Not some. Okay. Object, there is class. Predefined functions, what we have seen? Print function to print anything. Okay. Type function to display. Type function is what? To return the class type of the data type, you can say. Okay, type means data type, and every data type in Python is what? Every data type in Python is what? Tell me, every data type in Python is what? Class, right? Data type is what? Class. Okay, just give me a moment. Keep it here. Yes. Next. So type says what? The data type. Every data type class. Okay. So it also says the class. Okay. ID. What is ID? It returns address of the particular data. Okay. Fine. Next example also we have seen. Let's suppose a is equals to 0. 0 is also integer data. What class it is showing? Integer. Any number you take without decimal, it is what? Integer. Got it? Shall we go ahead? Fine. Let's go for float data. Float. Second, second, which is float data type. Okay. Float data type. Now tell me what is float data type? What is float data type? Quickly. Again, I'm telling you, if someone asks you what is float, what is integer, what is any kind of data type, you should start properly. What is integer? What is integer? That is what you have to start with. Okay. Integer is one of the predefined class treated as fundamental data type. The purpose of integer is what? To store integral, whole number or natural number. Okay. In where? In main memory. This is the purpose of, everyone knows integer means any number you take, that is integer. Everyone knows. But if someone asks you what is integer, you should be able to answer it properly. Right? You should be able to answer it properly. And proper way is what? The proper definition. Got it? So every data type in Python is a class. Integer is also among of them. Okay, one of them. So I can go for the float, or I'll go for float data type. Float is also is one of the predefined class and treated as, tell me, fundamental fundamental category data type. Fundamental category data type. Now what is the purpose of it? The purpose of float data type is what? Is to store floating point values or real constant values. Okay, which is also we can call it as decimal values. Are you getting it? Yes or no? Float is one of the predefined class from fundamental. The purpose of float is what? Is that to store what? Floating point values or real constant. Okay, where? In in the main memory. In the main memory. Are you getting it? Okay. Next point I will write float data type also store floating point values in the form of scientific notation. Okay, scientific notation that is known as Mantissa e exponential. Okay, Mantissa e exponential. Let me show you with example so you'll get the idea. Okay. So let me go for what OS. Now you see, let's suppose a is equals to 20.7. A is equals to 20.7, right? What value it is? So if I write print of a comma type of a, print of a type of a, what it is? 20.7. Class is what? Float. So every decimal in the sense floating point decimal values. Okay, not that number system one. Okay, so 20.7, it is a decimal value, floating point decimal value, and it belongs to class float. It belongs to class float, right? What if I write 0 0 0 0 0 0 0 0 1? Tell me what value it is now. Hmm. Now you see what we are getting. 1.0. Do we have is there any meaning of this 0? No. That's why we are getting what? 1.0. Okay, let's suppose we are having 1.1 point or 1 0 0 0 0 0 0 point 0. Now what value it is? What value? Float value. But one thing, now here let's suppose 0.000, or I'll go for, let's suppose 1.1.00000, lots of 0 and then 1. Now go for it. 1.0, right? Similarly if I go for 0 point lots of 0 and, or I'll go for not lots of 0, I'll go for 1 and 0 0 0 0 0 0. Now go for it. Okay, any value you are taking, it is not going to consider it as integer value, right? It is not going to consider it as, because after that decimal, after that some values are there. Okay, some values are there. Also, it is not going to round figure it. Okay, only it is going to take it as decimal values, whatever, no matter what value you are using. Okay, it will take it as, see here this many value we have taken as a integer value, but after that point 0 we are taking, point 0. There is no meaning of point 0 here. Still what it is taking, what data type it is taking? Float, right? So this is one thing. Okay, meant is a e exponential. Okay, meant is a e exponential. Let's suppose you have the value, this much value you have. Okay, this much value you have. Let's go for print of a and type of a. Tell me what is the type of a. What is the type of a? Integer, right? It is a integer type. What if I have more bigger values like this? So any number of values it can take. There is no specific memory storage for any data type. But in other traditional languages like C, C++, okay, we have a specific memory storage for every data type. Okay, for integer it is 2 or 4 bytes. For float it is 4 bytes. For character 8 bytes, or no, 2 bytes it is. Long 8 bytes. Likewise, different data types, different memory space, right? In between that memory space only, see, some limitations are there. Okay, so we can't use more than that values here. Any number of values, see, can you spell it out? Can you count it now? No, but it is able to take it. It's able to take it now. So any number of value it can take. There is no limitation of storage. Are you getting my point? So let's suppose I am writing a is equals to 1 e, okay, 1 e 10. What I am writing? 1 e 10. Now you see print of a, print of a. What we are getting? What we are getting? 1 ea. This is called as Mantissa e exponential. After 1, okay, 1, how many zeros we have to add? 10. After 10 zeros we are getting what value, and what it is? Float. Did I write any point here? No. So 1 e 10, what it says? 1 power of 1 multiply with 1 power of 10, you can say. Okay, 1 power of 10 you can say. Not 1 power of 10, 1 multiply with e, it is 10 power 10. Yeah, got it. So one more example I'll show you. 1 e, or let's suppose 23 e 5. Now tell me what we are getting. 23. After 23, how many zeros we are getting? 2, 2, 1, 5.0. Still this value is what? Floating point value. This is what? Floating point value. Got it? So this is how you can say this is what? Mantissa E exponential. Okay, Mantissa E exponential. Similarly, float data type does not support. Okay, let me explain you first, then I'll go for it. Let's suppose you have a is equals to 23 e, or I'll simple go for 23.7. 23.7. What value it is? Floating point value, right? Let's convert this into binary. A. Tell me what should be the answer? What should be the answer? Yes, online. Yes, Prasanna, Satvik, Stephen, Manohar, Monica, Anant Lakshmi, Pawan, Sai Pawan, Vasu. Tell me. Yes, bin of A. A is equals to 23.7. Bin of A. For decimal, no binaries. For decimal, error. In numbers, base conversion only, I have told you, only non-decimal value only we can use. Non-decimal value means what? Integer type, right? So if I go for it, what it is saying? Type error. Float object cannot be interpreted as integer. Why? Because only integer we can convert any data type into, integer only we can convert, because integer whatever we are giving, that is a, by default it is a decimal value, and we can go for decimal to octal, decimal to binary, decimal to hexadecimal. Are you getting my point? So that's why what it is saying, type error. Float object cannot be interpreted as integer. Are you getting my point? Okay. So does not support what? Number conversion, number system, that are binary, octal, hexadecimal. Okay, binary, octal. Okay, but it's default number system is decimal number system. Okay, default number system, but its default number system is what? Decimal number system. Here also decimal number system. In integer it is different, Here it is what? Decimal pointing, this floating point values. Okay, and this decimal number system we can't convert into binary, octal, or hexadecimal. Okay, getting my point? Fine. Next is, so let's see some example. Okay, one function is also there for typecasting. For typecasting, one function is there. I'll tell you what is typecasting. But before that, one function is there. Float off. Okay, float off. Okay, I'll explain you in typecasting. You leave it for now. I'll explain you in typecasting. Typecasting is a technique to convert one type of data into another type of data. Okay, so I'll explain you in deep about what is typecasting technique. Okay. Next is I'll go for example. Examples. Okay. Examples. Tell me here. Can I take these examples? Can I take these examples? Okay. I'll go for these examples till this. Okay. Next is I'm gonna take something this. Okay. So this is what 20.7 floating point value, right? Then 0 0 this much 0 and 1, it will take it as what? 1.0, right? This many value and point, this is also what? This is also floating point value, right? Because point is there, no matter after point what you are writing, if point is there, that will be considered as floating point value, right? Similarly, this also will give what? 1.0. Okay. Next is mantissa e exponential. Exponential. What it says? Whatever the value we are writing after e, that indicates what? Zero. Number of zeros. Okay. So for this also we are getting this. Okay. Binary. Binary. Hmm. Type error. What it says? If you try to convert any decimal value or floating point value into binary, then it is not possible. What it is saying? Type error. What it the message is what? Float object cannot be interpreted as integer. Getting my point? So we can't use any kind of number system here. We can't use number system here, right? So this is something about float data type. Now I hope you got the idea what is float data type. Online, give me quick confirmation. Quick confirmation, give me. Prasanna, Satvik, Stephen, Manohar, Monica, Anant Lakshmi, Pavan, Sai Pavan. Okay. So I hope you got the idea what is float data type. Okay, this is simple. Integer data type, float data type, it is simple. Okay. Next, third data type. What it is? Quickly tell me. Boolean. Okay, boolean data type. Boolean data type. I'm gonna ask you again and again what how many data types we have. Okay, how many data types we have. In the next upcoming session, in the next session, I'm gonna explain you. First of all, I'm going to tell you how many characters we categories we have. Six categories. What are they? Fundamental, sequential, list, dict, set, none. Okay, how many? Total six we have. Okay, out of this six, total we have 14 data types. Okay, so in next session I'm going to explain you what are those 14 data types. I'm going to tell you actually. Explanation one by one I'm going to give. Okay, one by one I'm going to give you. So this is what floating point. Next is boolean. Boolean. So tell me what is boolean? Boolean, good, go ahead, is one of the predefined class and treated as what? Treated as fundamental data type. Fundamental data type. Next, tell me. Okay, the purpose of of Boolean data type. Boolean data type is that. Now tell me, to store what? Boolean values which are true or false. Okay, where? In the main memory. In the main memory, to store Boolean values which are true or false, right, in the main memory. Getting my point? Yes or no? Fine. So here implicitly I'll write implicitly okay, implicitly PVM considers the value true as 1. Value true as what? 1. And value false as what? 0. Okay, got it? Fine. This is one thing. This is one thing. Now let's go and check some examples. This integer, float, boolean, and what next? Complex. This three I'm going to complete it today. Okay, next session I'm going to start what category? Sequential category, and that will take at least one week. Sequential category. Okay, because there we are going to see typecasting, we are going to see much more different data types. Okay, fine. Next is example. So examples I'm gonna take, like, first clear the screen. Then a is equals to, let's suppose a is equals to true. A is equals to true. Okay, and there is a meaning of this. There is a specific meaning of this. Someone asked what is the need of this using true or false. So there are specific meaning. Lots of meanings are there. Okay, I'll explain you. A is equals to true. B is equals to false. Is equals to false. Now go for it. Print of a, comma, type of a. Tell me what is the type of a? Boolean. Okay, similarly, if I go for b, what it is saying? False. Simple, if I write it like this, what it is? Tell me. It is a string, right? It is coming inside. It is within the double quote. Within the double quote, right? That's why it is considered it as string. Getting my point? Okay. So, one more thing. If I write anything, if I write 0, a is equals to 0, right? A is equals to 0. Now if I go for boolean of a, one function is there called boolean. Okay, boolean. What we are converting this a data type into what? A is what? Here a is what? What data type? A is equals to 0, integer. A is equals to 0. What it is? Integer. We are trying to convert this integer into what? Boolean. Okay, go for it. What it is saying? False. Right? Similarly, if I go for a is equals to 10, now go for it, boolean of a. What it is? Error or value? Error, right? What it is? Error, right? No, true it is. I'll give any value, or I'll go for boolean. Okay, the value the value of boolean data type must be positive, must be positive. And if the value, okay, not must be positive, what if I say minus of 1? Now tell me, minus of 1, true it is. So I should not write like this. I will write any value, any value, any value which is non-zero, non-zero, considered as what? Considered as true, considered as true, or also we can call it as greater than 0, or less than, also you can say less than or less than 0. Are you getting my point? Greater than 0 or less than 0, it will consider it as what? True. Let's go one more time. A is equals to minus of 0. Minus of 0. Is there any symbol like minus of 0? Minus of 0. Tell me. Do we have any kind of minus of 0? Are yes or no? Yes or no? Tell me. Can I write minus of 0? Is there any meaning of minus of 0 in real world as well? No. But it is taking. But it is taking. We can take. But there is no meaning. And if there is no meaning, what is the need of using minus 0? Okay, so directly I can go for a of 0. Okay, now let's suppose I am using minus of 20. Minus of 20, what it will take? True or false? You are not getting it, right? Okay, I'll explain. Fine. So let's suppose, again I'll start. What it is? A is equals to true. What value it is? What data type? Boolean. Okay, this is what? Boolean data type. Now let's go for it. Print of a and type of a. A is what here? Okay, I'll go for clear. Okay, now I'll start. A is equals to true. Now what value it is? Boolean value. Okay, print of a, which is true, and class is what? Boolean. Okay, now a is equals to 10 or a is equals to, I'll write false. False. Okay, now you go for it. What it is? False. Class is what? Boolean. Now you got it. This is simple. Now any value, what it is saying, any value which is non-zero, considered as what? True. And value which is 0 will be considered as false. So if I write a is equals to 10, a is equals to 10, 0 value or non-zero value? Non-zero value, which is not 0. Non-zero means what? Which is not equals to 0, right? So a is equals to 10, it is a non-zero value. If I convert this value into Boolean, it will give what? True. This is a non-zero value, right? Simple. If I go for 0, what value it is? 0 is what? Implicitly 0 will PVM will take it as 0, integer value. That is fine, but PVM as Boolean, what it will take? False. Get it? Now if I go for minus of 9, minus of 9, it is non-zero value. Minus of 9 is what? Even though it is negative, even though this value is negative, this is what value? Non-zero value, right? Minus of 9 is non-zero value, right? So it will give what? If I convert this into this, so it will give what? True. Now you got this? Did you get it? Yes or no? Okay, fine. So this is one thing. Okay, So every non-zero value will considered as true. Only 0 is false. Got it? Only 0. One value for false is what? 0. Okay. Otherwise everything is, even though if you give a is equals to 0.00000000001. Now tell me, true. Why? This is non-zero value. This is non-zero value. Are you getting it? Pakka? Fine. So I'll copy this and paste it here. Okay. Yes, online. Guys, are you able to get this? Fine. So this is what? Boolean. Okay, this is what? Boolean. Next I will go for any value you can take. Okay, any value, non-zero value will be true. Any zero is what? False only. By default it is false only. Okay. Next I will go for what? Fourth, complex. Here this complex is something different. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So I will write simple. I will copy it from this. I will copy it. I will paste it here. Okay. So now tell me, complex is one of the predefined class treated as comes under what? Fundamental data type. The purpose of complex data type is that to store complex values, right? Complex values, hmm, which are which are combination of combination of a real part, real number, and imaginary number, imaginary number. Okay, in where? In the main memory. To store complex value which are combination of real number and imaginary number, where? In the main memory. Are you getting it? Are you getting it? Yes or no? Fine. Next I'll go for examples. Okay, examples. Hello. Now example says what? Let's suppose I am using something called I am using okay, I'll go for a is equals to 20, b is equals to 30. Okay, b is equals to 30 I am ready. Got it? I will go for c is equals to a plus bj. A plus bj. What it is giving? C. First of all, a is what? Integer. B is what? Integer. What we are trying to do? Complex. We can't convert complex like this. So instead of this, what I can write? A is equals to 20 plus 30j. 20 plus 30j. What it is saying? Name error. Bj. Do we have bj over there? If I directly write only a plus b, then it will give what? Addition of 20 plus 30. Now bj is nothing but one of the imaginary part. This is what? One of the imaginary part, and it will always come with one real part. It will always come with one real part. That's why bj is not considered as any imaginary part. Okay, because previously 30 and 20 integer values, and to store it like this we have to use anything like this. Okay, 20 plus 3j. I'll show you one more time. So just go for it. Fine. So let's suppose I am using c is equals to 20 plus 20 plus 3j. Okay, 20 plus 3j. Now here, if you go for it, print of c comma type of c. Now tell me what it is. Complex. You see 20 plus 3j, it is the value belongs to what class? Complex class. So this is also one of the class here. This is also one of the data type which is class. Okay. Next is, what is the meaning of this? Actually, it comes under something mathematical. Yes. Okay. So let's go for so what is here real part and what is imaginary part? First of all, this whole value, it is a combination of alphanumeric. Okay, it is the combination of alphanumeric. But if I say it is the combination of real part, real plus imaginary, it is a combination of real part, which is here in this case what it is. In this case 20 is the real part, 20 is the real part. 3j is the imaginary part. Real part and imaginary part, let's suppose I'm giving one example. Okay, in front of you one apple is there. Okay, someone has kept one apple over there. Okay, in front of you, you can touch it, okay, you can feel it, you can eat it, fine. But I'm saying we are imagine something. Okay, here one apple is there, I'm gonna take it, I'm gonna eat it, I'm gonna taste it, right? That is imaginary. Right? That is not a real thing. If duster is there, duster I can touch, I can feel it, I can use it, right? But if it is not there, I would have think like, oh, the duster should be here, so I can use it, I can rub the board, right? So this is one thing. Anything is there means that is a, there it is, this is real. Okay, if it is not here, then imaginary, we are imagining something. Okay, so this is one thing. Next is 20 is real part. 3j is what? Every time if I, okay, let's suppose if I am writing b is equals to 2 plus 5h, 2 plus 5h, will it take it as a complex number? No. Why? J is the real, j is the notation for complex number. Okay, j is the notation for actually imaginary part. Okay, so how I can get the values of real part and imaginary part? Simple, what I can do, see, a dot real. Now you see what we are getting, 20.0, this value, this. Okay, 20.0, this value. If I go for a dot image, what we are getting, are you able to understand, guys? Quickly, if you're not, again I'll go. Tell me yes or no. Okay, so yes, Ram Babu, right? Focus here. A dot real part is what? Any number, any natural number is what? A real part. Okay, sorry. And here a dot imaginary is 3j. 3j is what? Imaginary, and we cannot manipulate with this. We can get the value. Okay, 30. One more thing. Okay, here c is there, right? So c I have to use. Okay, what variable we are using? C variable we are using, right? So we have to use c dot real. That's why we are getting 30 here. 20 it is, right? C dot image, what we are getting? 3.0 belongs to this. Okay, so this is what? Complex number says what? It is the combination of real number and imaginary number. Okay, real number and imaginary number. Imaginary number. Got it? So example, I'll go here only. If I'm taking a is equals to 20 plus 3j, right? If I go for print of a comma type of a. Now tell me what it is. Tell me what it is. Inside this, it will print 20 plus 3j, and what? Type is what? Type is what? Complex, right? So I'll write type, sorry, class class belongs to what? Complex. Class is what? Complex. Okay, see here also what we are getting. Class complex. Okay, class complex. Got it? Simple. And if I want to get the value of real and imaginary part, what I can use? A dot, tell me a dot real. What will get? 20.0. Okay, it will consider it as decimal values. Okay, point values. Now next is what? A dot image. A dot image. What it will give? 3.0. It won't give this j. It won't return j. Okay, it will only give the value. With the help of this object, real and imaginary, we can get the imaginary part as well. With real, we can get real part. With imaginary, we can get imaginary part. And also I can store. See, if I try for a is equals to 20, sorry, a is equals to, let's suppose, 10 plus 2j, 10 plus 2j. Okay, now b is equals to, I'm taking 2 plus, okay, I'm only using 2. Okay, only using what? 2. Let's go for it. A plus b. What it is giving? 12 plus 2j. 12 plus 2j. So what it is going? What it is adding? 10 and 2. 10 and 2. 10 is what? Real part. Here this 2 is also what? Real part. It don't have any. It doesn't have any imaginary part, right? Now see. A we have. Now go for b is equals to 2 plus 3j. 2 plus 3j. Now you go for it. A plus b. Now what it is saying? 12 plus 5j. 12 plus 5j. 10 plus 2. 12. 2 plus 3. 5. Means every time whenever we have any imaginary value, then only we can do some operation in between them, right? But if I want, now you see, a is equals to image, a dot image, a dot image. Okay, now you go for it. A, what it is storing? A is equals to 2.0. Now do we have this as imaginary part? Is it an imaginary part? No, it is not imaginary part. It is not imagine. Now it became a is equals to, now go for it, type of a. Type of a. What it is? Float. 2.0. Floating point value it is. So this is how we can store the value. A dot image. We can get the value of imaginary part. Without this, we can't use our imaginary part, right? We can perform with imaginary part, but we can't do any operations in imaginary part separately. Okay, instead of this, what I can do? Simply I go for some variable, store it the a dot imaginary, or any variable dot imaginary, right? It will give the imaginary part as one variable. What variable? Floating point variable, a floating point value. Floating point value. Getting my point, everyone? Yes or no? Quick confirmation. Okay, fine. Fine. So this is what I will take, this whole value. Fine. So I will go for this. Okay, guys, practicing will only can help you. Okay, practice, more practice, you will get more knowledge. Try to practice it. What are the data types we have seen till now, or whatever we have seen till now? Try to practice it. Okay, and you will get a good knowledge. So, guys, that should be it. Okay, next class, what we are going to see? Sequential. That would be really interesting. Okay, that will be interesting. Okay, here up to this we have only seen the integer, float, boolean, complex. Okay, there is no additional thing. Okay, there is no additional thing what we have seen till now, and any other traditional languages also. Same here also. Integer means integral data, float means floating point values, boolean means true or false. Here one addition is there, which is complex. Complex is what? The combination of real and real and imaginary, right? Real and imaginary. In next session we are going to see something called sequential category. Okay, sequential category. In sequential category, still we have four data types. One is str, which is string data. Okay, next is bytes, third one is byte array, and fourth one is range. Okay, these four are having something which is really important. Okay, which is really important, and we have to know about this. Before moving further, we have to know about this: what is bytes, what is byte array, what is range. Got it? What is str? So I think that should be it. In next upcoming session we are going to see the sequential category. Okay, so if you have any doubt, you can ask me online, guys. If you have any kind of doubt, you can ask me. No. Shall we stop it here? Shall we stop it here? Okay. Guys, please, those who haven't enrolled yet, please enroll yourself. Okay. From the next, okay, Monday and Tuesday. Monday and Tuesday. Holiday it is. Monday it is for election. Okay. Following day also it is holiday. Okay. So you don't waste your time, do practice it, whatever we have seen, read the notes again and again. Okay, try to get the thing. Okay, try to get the knowledge. Don't just read it, don't just for remembering it. Okay, just for remembering, don't read it. You just try to understand. Okay, try to understand what is float. Float is a predefined data type. Okay, how it is predefined data type? We have seen, if you type of a or type of any variable which is storing float value, it will give class of float. So that's why it is what? Predefined class. That is what? Predefined class. Got it? And Python totally based on objects. Python based on objects. Why? Objects are independent to OS, operating system. That's why Python is the combination of object and classes. Okay, all data type is class, all variables are object. Getting my point, everyone? Fine. So that should be it. See you guys on Wednesday. Okay, see you guys on Wednesday. Until then, please do practice properly. And if you have any kind of doubt, you can contact me as well. Okay. Thank you so much, guys. See you. Bye bye. Take care.